Yeah, you are dirty as all heck. This dog has just been hanging out with me while I was getting ready to say, welcome back to M-Hook Fishing. I finally made it out on the river. This is my second session today. We are about to lose the light, so we're gonna sit here through the night until something happens on one of the lines. We're gonna put out 2 lines. We're gonna fish big pieces of mullet. Maybe this dog is gonna hang out this whole time. Yeah, you're right. Let's get into this, man. So the river is just as dirty as last night, and it's a little rougher out here right now with a little more wind. Well, it was pretty windy last night too, but we had plenty of periods of calm weather when I was here last night, but it sucked nonetheless. Didn't catch any fish. Let's hope tonight is different, right? Here's the first one I'm gonna take as bait. It's a nice sized mullet. I've been back and forth before I got here how I was gonna fish my baits, either whole baits like steaks or the side. I think I want to go with the side. This is such a big mullet that taking a piece of cut bait off the side like a fillet style piece, it's still gonna be a big bait. It's just gonna put more flavor in the water to see if we can get a fish to come up fast. All right, there's the fillet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some really big chunks. I'm gonna leave the gut pocket on there. I know people think that that's just gonna attract little fish, but my experience here at this spot, it doesn't matter if you leave it on or you take it off, you're still gonna attract little fish putting your bait out because there's just so many of them out there. All right, so there's 1 bait, there's 2 baits. Pretty good size, this one's bigger. All right, now for the rig rundown. This is an 08, 50-pound mono is my leader, and it's cow hitched to a barrel swivel with a bead. And then I'm using sinker slides. I just love these things. Been using them like ever. I mean, always. And we're gonna use 03s. I might go to 4s. I have 4s with me, but that might be fine. Even with the 4s, I think this wind is gonna play havoc with my line. Both rigs are the same, so we're only doing 1 rig down. I'll tell you about the rods. The rods are different. And this is how I'm hooking these baits. It's generally what I do at this particular spot for big blues. That's what we're hoping to get tonight. Because this is mullet, that is not going to come off easily at all. This is a good bait, good oily fish. This is my second rod. This rod is a Daiwa beef stick. I really love casting this rod. It's super great, good rod. But I'm not using a Daiwa reel. That is an old Shakespeare Alpha. What is an alpha? So this is one of the good Shakespeares because this is metal. The spool is metal. You don't want to get one that's plastic. Your braid will crack it. All right, let's do the rod rundown on the second one. Now this is a Shakespeare ugly stick. Don't ask me why I have the Shakespeare reel on the Daiwa beef stick and not on this one, but this is a 12-footer like that other one. This rod I like, but it is a lot heavier, therefore it's harder to cast. The Daiwa beef stick is just as strong as this rod, but much lighter, easier to cast. Now on here we have a Pin Pursuit 2. Really good rod, reel, I mean. It's a good rod and a good reel. I like the Daiwa beef stick better. Just keep wanting to say beef, and alpha pole. Right in front of me, kind of like an arm, curved out a little bit, is a sandbar that goes out a good ways. So we want to put this bait, we're going to try to get it past the sandbar. There's a nice drop off there. It's okay if it gets on the very tip of the sandbar. We'll still pick up a big fish, but that's where we want to put this bait tonight. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but what happened there is the wind. The wind is really strong. It's still in a good place. It's not on the bar. It's going to eventually ride up against the bar as the current makes the 3-ounce truck. It's going to come up this way a little bit. For my next cast, I'm going to come down the beach a little bit so I don't interfere with people. About right here. It's not a cat toy, guys. hopefully my experience tonight is much better than last night. So I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning of this video, but I'm in between two storms. Last night we had Marco creep over us, which it wasn't that big of a deal. There was a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, but most of the bad rain associated with Marco got detached from the center of the storm and pushed up into like Panama City, Alabama, and Mississippi. We didn't get much of it. We did get some. Now we have Laura affecting our weather. The good thing about out here, even though it's rough, is that the storm surge that Marco brought up the river, which was about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet or something, that's receding. But when I was out at the lake earlier today, storm surge hadn't receded there so much. So hopefully all the storm surge from Marco recedes before Laura really starts affecting us. But Laura is not going to hit us, but it is going to bring us a little bit of rain and some storm surge. Look at this barge trying to turn right here. I don't know if any of you know about the difficulty of fishing in wind like this. I would assume quite a bit of you do. But one of the main problems is the wind will put a bow on your line, and it's hard to see these subtle bites, these small bites. Now, we are using circle hooks, or they're kind of in between octopus and circle hooks. So we kind of want this fish, whatever fish we're going to get tonight, we want him to take that and take that rod tip down. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a pronounced hit on the rod tip, not a little tap tap. We don't care about little tap taps. One thing I got to point out that I'm doing is constantly checking my lines to make sure that I have a tight line. The wind will make a slack. Sometimes a slack line in the river can spell disaster as far as like getting stuck and stuff. Looks like we're getting a barge bite on the Shakespeare. I'm starting to foresee that I might be getting upset in the next 10 minutes. I'm still not sure what he's doing, but it's starting to look like he's planning on coming in here and holding, which they do sometimes. These barges will hold right here. And when a barge holds right in here and keeps their engine idling, usually you don't get any really good catch. You might get some small ones, but for some reason that engine idling kills the monster cat action. I'm not sure what he's doing. I hope he's not doing what I don't want him to do. It's interesting to watch the cranes go by as he comes in front. I think he's about to shut down my fishing. Come on, barge bite. I just had a nice bite. It might not be very big. I'm not even sure if it's really here. Yes, it's here. Barge bite. Once we get this fish up, we're gonna have to move to a different spot if we want to continue fishing, because I think he's gonna sit here and then I'm not gonna be able to cast back out because he's in the way. There we go. Nice gaff top. Nice goo master fish. All right, awesome. Our old friend here is hanging out again. He's interested. Ah, too slow. We are in the new location. I've already cast out. Trouble of casting out here is that I'm into the wind, and this dog got really confused. See this dog right here? He thought I was casting something out there for him, and he tried to swim out there and look for it. I had to stop him. So I did not actually move very far. I just came about 20 feet down the beach, and now we have both baits out in the mouth of the industrial canal. One bait is on the outside of the mouth and the other one is on the inside of the mouth. Now the ugly stick is the one that's inside, and that's probably in a depth of about 30 or 40 feet. And this one may be the Daiwa beef stick is probably in a shallower depth, because there's a hump out there. The best I can ascertain, a hump sometimes forms, a hump of sand. They usually keep this industrial canal dredged out around in between 30 and 40 feet. You can tell that this is in deeper water because it took longer to sink, whereas this one did not. Well, we could pick up a fish on either rod, This one's closer to the river and this one's more in the canal. I've done well in both locations. So we're just gonna wait and see. I wish this barge was not here. I'd continue fishing that hole that he's now over. Oh, let's see. We got him. Not very big, people. There's something here. Oh, he's got a little bit of fight. Oh, some head shakes. I got a fish for you. Yeah, I can see a tail out there. What do we got? Oh, old silverback. Yeah, you're right. You want to see it?
This is genuinely the most exciting thing that's happened to me in ages. Look at you, you're beautiful. Can I touch it?
Yeah, but you're gonna get his membrane all over you. It's
okay, no, never mind.
Like ectoplasm.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. We are gonna put a fresh bait on this. We still haven't had any action really on the beef stick. Maybe a little peck or two. Here's my third fish. I didn't even know he was there. All of a sudden I felt something as I was retrieving this. Got a different species. Look at that. I've got another fish on here. And I've got this fish in my hand. You want to check this fish out? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Bye, baby. You're so cute. It's so cool.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's see if this fish is still here. Yeah. It's not very big. Oh, it's got a little more fight than a gaff top though. It's not very big. Let's see what it is. It's another gaff top. I was hoping that it wasn't. All right, what is that? 3 of these? It's a good size one. Not too big though, but not too small. I'm gonna let this one go. It is now 9 o'clock. Tonight's river session was so much better than last night. A few fish is better than no fish, man. Whew. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. All right, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that bell so you know when I upload a new video, and I will see you next time.